Some of the biggest swing trading opportunities in the entire stock market can be found by using moving averages. And I'm not talking about a moving average crossover, I'm talking about moving average contractions. In this video, we're going to talk about what exactly a moving average contraction is, which moving averages you should be using for this, and how we can find and trade these setups to catch some of the strongest moves in the entire market. Take this stock LITE for example. It looks like it's not trading with much momentum, really just trading sideways, but ultimately this ends up being a picture-perfect example of what moving average contractions can do for us as traders. We see that it ends up breaking out of that tight consolidation range, picks up some momentum, and ultimately ends up running over 100% higher in the next couple of months. So let's get right into the video and talk about how we can find and trade these setups ourselves. First and foremost, it's important to understand a little bit about what a moving average is. Essentially, it's just going to be a plotted line on our charts that's going to give us an average of the price action over a set period of time. That can be 10 days, that can be 20 days, 50 days, 100 days, 200 days, and so on and so forth. Really any number of your choice. Ultimately, I prefer to use the 10-day, 20-day, and 50-day moving averages when I'm looking for moving average contractions. And what a moving average contraction is going to be is a period of lower volatility when multiple moving averages become very close or stacked, often indicating consolidation prior to a strong breakout. Now, if we were to remove all of the price action, all of the details, and the candlesticks from a chart, and we were just left with the moving averages, it would look something along the lines of what we have down here. We have our 10-day, our 20-day, and our 50-day exponential moving averages. And we can see that initially the chart is starting off with a little bit of space between these moving averages, indicating that there is some higher volatility. Most likely the price is spiking up, but ultimately we get a pullback and those moving averages pull back with the price action and they start to get very tight here. They start to contract. This contraction is exactly what we're looking for because ultimately once the price does start to break back out of that tight range, that contraction then leads to another expansion or another big spike in the volatility that leads to another strong move, ideally higher. So what you might have noticed by now is that this is going to start off with a strong move up. We're not just applying this to any stock in the market. We're not looking for stocks that are oversold. Really what we want to see is that these stocks begin with a strong move to the upside. The moving averages then contract, and we look for that contraction to then find where we should enter for the next move up. Now, in order to find the stocks that we should be applying this moving average contraction to, I'm going to use some kind of screener or some kind of scanner to narrow the market down and to find stocks meeting my criteria. For that, I'm using Finviz here. This is a free screening software. And all I've put in here is that the price is going to be at least $20 per share. The average volume is going to be at least 1 million shares. And we want to see the performance over the past week being at least plus 20% higher. Just by putting in those three pieces of criteria, we've narrowed the entire market down to just 22 total stocks. All of these can then be put onto a watch list, and from there, all we would look for would be a tightening of those moving averages before actually finding ideal entries for the trade. So to give you a brief example of this, if we take a look here at the stock AXTI, which clearly looks to be in a very strong uptrend, we can see that there is a period a few months back where really we had a really great example of this moving average contraction type of trade. And we can see, again, if I zoom back out for a moment, this is going to start off with a strong move to the upside. It runs from a few dollars per share all the way up to about $5 per share, well over 100% move to the upside before we even find this setup and before we even look for this moving average contraction. We then see that the price action does start to slow a bit. We get this consolidation. The moving averages start to become very stacked. The 10-day is right above the 20-day. The 20-day is above the 50-day. And we can see that the price starts to trade in a pretty tight range. Aside from this one day where there is a pretty significant sell-off, for the most part, it's trading right in this range of about $5.50 down to about $4.50. So ultimately, what we would be looking for to actually find an entry into this stock would be to slowly scale in towards the bottom of this range because we know that this range is now acting as a little bit of support. By slowly scaling into that range down there, you're able to set a tight stop loss underneath the nearest moving average. In this case, that would be the 50-day moving average. And that's going to put you in a really great position if this stock does end up breaking out and expanding that volatility once again, with the moving averages picking back up as well. The other way to go about this would be to actually wait for a breakout above that range where the price action is consolidating. So in this case, the upper side of that range was about $5.50, and we see that on this day, the price action starts to break out of that range. That's where we see a nice spike in volume as well. The moving averages start to curl back up, and the goal there would be to get in right as that momentum is picking back up. And sure enough, this ends up going well over 100% higher just within the next couple of weeks. So the moving average contracting itself is not necessarily going to mean that we should be buying blindly into the stock. It's just used kind of for a filter to find these stocks that are consolidating after a strong move before they continue that momentum. Now, like with any strategy, I think it's really important to emphasize the fact that not every one of these is going to be a winning trade. Not every contraction is going to lead to a breakout, but we can do things and we can look for certain things in the price action to help us to identify when it's a higher risk trade. So that way we can avoid those setups and we can ultimately look for those higher probability trades, which should help us to increase our accuracy and be able to still catch those big movers in the market. A few of the things that we can look for in the price action that we would want to then avoid would be a longer term reversal, such as maybe the weekly chart starting to flip into a downtrend. We could see a recent major rejection in the price action, the stock breaking down underneath the 20-day or the 50-day exponential moving averages, whatever it may be, something that would be a bearish reversal indicator for the stock. That is ultimately going to be a red flag, even if those moving averages are starting to contract. So to give you a brief example of this, one of the biggest trade opportunities in the past year, 2025, was LITE. And this was the example that I briefly went over in the intro to this video. We see that, this is a pretty textbook example of a moving average contraction. Starts off with a strong move higher. It does start to consolidate a bit, trades in a tight range. The moving averages become stacked, and sure enough, breaks back out of that range and picks up some very strong momentum. Now again, this doesn't mean that it's going to work that simply every single time. So if we fast forward to today's price action, we can actually see that, yes, these moving averages are getting tighter and tighter and tighter, but this is after the fact that the stock formed some very solid resistance right around that $400 level. We see a few candles here where there are pretty big rejections, and now the price is starting to break and close some days underneath both the 10 and the 20-day moving averages. So for me, this would not be an ideal setup when it comes to moving average contractions. What I would rather do, instead of just buying into this tighter moving average play here, would be actually to just wait, let it form a little bit of support, see if it's going to hold above this 50-day moving average, and see if we get a similar setup to what we saw, a few months back when the moving averages were really stacked, and ultimately we ended up getting that big breakout. So in other words, we're not just buying when those moving averages start to get tight. We want to wait for the price action to consolidate a bit and wait for that range to start to form, so that way we can buy into the lower end of that range with the contraction, or we can wait for a breakout above that range when the contraction starts to expand a bit and that momentum is just starting to pick back up. By doing this, you're going to be able to capitalize on the biggest momentum stocks in the entire market, and you're able to do so at a period of lower volatility when ultimately the risk is much, much lower than it would be typically. So anyway, that's the idea behind moving average contractions and using them to find and trade some of the biggest movers in the market. I hope you found some value in this video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you want to trade with me in real time, get access to our day trade and swing trade alerts, our detailed trade plans, our live custom scanner streams, and even access to our day trade and swing trade boot camps. All of that can be found at Master the Market. There's going to be a link down below in the description for you to get signed up. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.